This is a great and unusual experiment. Here we go. Let's see if this is going to work or not. This is birthday chaos. I love it. Do you have audio?
Yep.
We have audio. Okay. If I switch to this, will you see my Google Hangouts? Oh, I can't tell.
Sorry, I didn't need to click on that.
Oh, okay. So now do you have... This is my Google Hangouts, but can you hear me on the Google Hangouts? You still hear me?
Yeah.
All right, we're live. We're having fun. What am I doing now? That's the wrong one. I want to go to... What do I want to do? I'm so confused. I've got so many things open. Okay, so if I go to talking, we'll start with talking. How's that? And then my hope is I'll be able to bring in the Steam Sisters and Q. This would be so cool if it actually works. If it's working. We'll find out. Okay, so we'll find out if it's working or not in a moment, I'm sure. My amazing assistant, Baz, Iron Ham, will help me out, I'm sure. I've got it up here. Oh, awesome. Okay, so I can see that. I'm going to pull the audio. I don't want any audio coming out of that. Otherwise, I'll be deafening everybody with echoing. Okay, so, hey! We got Tala here. We've got Reptilian Limes already subscribed. Oh my gosh, I haven't even done anything yet. Okay, so Ibrek has gone offline, exiting host mode. Ibrek has gone online, exiting host mode. Oh, sorry, have we bumped somebody? Hello, everybody. Yes, birthday boy indeed. Hello, Pixie Rose. Hello, Paperclips. So I'm trying something a little new here. I don't know if it's even going to work. Split screen on Microsoft Mixer. I did not know that. Acid Horse. P7, thank you for the birthday wishes. Skoshikon, thank you. I also love McKay. What I'm trying to do, and we'll see if this works or not, is I'm trying to get a Google Hangouts happening on here with us, if I can. I've invited people. We'll see if this actually works. So if I go to this, I want to just see if this works. Okay, so I'm going to go to Google Hangouts, and I get that now. All right, can you rustle up a snack, maybe some cake? Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Happy birthday, thank you, Tala the Blushing Queen. Can you believe it's my birthday, and all I really feel like doing is just, playing with, as it turns out today,
had a good morning.
yeast. Oh, you had a great morning, it's true.
I watched the new movie Underwater.
Underwater.
It's a very...
It was
cool, but very
movie. It was underwhelming, but it was underwater.
It was underwater, but it was a little underwhelming.
That's true. It was a little underwhelming, but I gotta say, it was so much fun. Wait a sec, Tala, is that what you're doing? Is it your birthday as well, Blushing Queen?
No, she said, I plan on doing that.
Plan on it, okay. You know that some large beast has just walked past the window. I don't know what it is, but something's just wandered by. I'm hoping it's not a skunk.
When you said it was
darling Clementine, how are you holding up? How are you holding up? How's work? You got a day off today? 24th. Okay, Tala. Everyone remember to wish Tala the Blushing Queen a birthday on the 24th. Group says good morning. Good morning to you. Yes, a very good morning. I had hot cross buns in bed. I had birthday cards, a tea made by Baz. There was almost a cup's worth in the pot. And
there was 2 in 1
it was too full. It was too heavy. I get it. I totally get it. Hello, Mayhez. Thank you, Sarah and Kevin Star. Very nice of you. Jeff Lex is here. Staripa.
I've got to say.
What do you got to say?
So this morning, me and Dad were having a very fun morning.
We were having a really fun morning. It's true.
And I set up from a couple of people's recommendations.
Yeah.
I set up a donation box. Well, me and my dad did, but mainly I did.
Mainly Baz did, because I couldn't figure out what I was doing. Is this going to run? I should see this. Oh, I see. Oh, I'm connected to the chat now. I see it. So I've got so many windows going. It's a complete blur to me is what's going on right now, because I've got a Hangout in the background here, which I'm trying, which I think you can you see that now? Is that you're seeing the Hangout? I'm trying to figure out what you're seeing. Okay, so you're seeing the Hangout, and then up there is the camera. Oh my God, I'm so confused. Yeah, inbox 2953, that is totally me. Absolutely me. I have a bunch of Patreon messages, which I'm leaving till tomorrow to read. What kind of cake do you have? I think there was some talk about... talk about
Cake? No,
pineapple?
we never talked about cake.
No, we didn't. I thought
No,
Mom
we're
mentioned
having
something
cake
about a
today.
pineapple. Is this
No.
just chat or video too? Acid Horse. This is. This should be video as well. I'm hoping. Let me go back and see if I can go back to talking mode. Is that different though? 2,000 Patreon messages? No, it's not 2,000. No, it's not that bad. I'm not that bad. Jack Jasra, hello and happy birthday to
Sorry.
me,
So,
indeed.
I'm just gonna...
Hey, is that Q? We got Q here.
Sorry.
All right, wait a second. I'm going to switch over. Q, do you mind if I make you live?
I'm
Sure.
gonna finish
All right, Q's
what I-
coming live too. This is awesome.
Sorry, just to finish super quickly what I was talking about
This is
earlier.
so confusing.
Okay, I'll just stop.
All right, hang on. No, Baz, it's good. It's good.
That's okay.
So that's Google Hangouts.
I was just saying
I'm gonna
that
go back
in the bottom, there's a,
It's my
thing for
switching skills.
donations.
Oh, great. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Baz set up a donations thing today. Q, how the heck are you?
I'm doing alright. How are you?
Good. Rather confused. I'm trying to do so many different stream things now. Can people hear Q? Is the next question.
Turn down your volume and turn up theirs.
Turn down my volume and up yours. All right, sorry, Q. I'm going to be doing some tech support for a bit here as I figure this out. So turn down whose? Mine. Let me turn down mine a little bit. So mine should be a little lower now. And the desktop audio can come up a bit. How's that?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
I can't tell you.
Q's done this.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
It's great. Fantastic.
You're
See?
both the exact same volume now.
All right, much better. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Emma JG, for the birthday greetings. I've decided to make my birthday as complicated as possible, Q, by trying to do hangouts.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it was a good start. A good start to the day. So for those of you who don't know, this is Q. This is my friend Q, who runs like the coolest experimental cooking. Is it Instagram mainly? I mean, what is your or YouTube? I mean, what's your sort of your primary sort of like audience now?
I guess it would be Instagram. Instagram and YouTube.
I see you come up a lot on Instagram, and then of course YouTube. I actually have to go and check.
Yeah.
But Q does this experimental cooking. So basically, he's doing some of the weirdest sounding cooking things that I've ever encountered. And what I love about it is that Q comes from sort of a science background. So even his cooking has kind of a science flavor to it, shall we say?
Actually, yeah, I guess I'll show you. One moment.
Oh, do you really? Oh.
I'm flying something in. Hang on.
Oh, seriously? Oh, wow. Q's got props. What do I got? I got 1707 Gamer. Happy birthday. Thank you very much.
Can't see Q.
You can't see Q. Oh, really? That sucks. Wait a second. Why not?
You're in talking right now.
Ah. And we've got the Steam Sisters here too. Hello, Steam Sisters.
Daddy, we still can't see anyone.
Okay, we can't see anybody. I'm going to just change this. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can do this. We are live
Hi.
right now, and I'm having a very interesting job of trying to figure out how to make this work. How's that? Luckily, I have like the best audience ever that can help with tech support, and Q's here as well.
That's great. That's great.
Okay, can everyone see everybody? Okay, so
I think so.
you think so? Can you see us?
No.
The Steam Sisters are almost as new to this as I am, I'd have to say.
This is our first time.
Have you never done streaming before?
Nope.
Oh my gosh, welcome.
Does it show?
So Swapna Sandaya, this is Q or Quentin, but I call him Q. What do you like being
Hello.
called?
Hello.
Q or Quinn, whatever works.
So I was just explaining what Q does, and then I could explain you could explain what you do, because I'm not entirely sure what you do. Everything, basically, the Steam Sisters. So Q, you have something to show us?
Yeah, sure. 1 second. All right, hold up to the camera.
Okay, I don't want to be on camera.
So this.
Oh, wow.
This is. Hold it closer to the camera.
No, that's
So
good. We
this
can see it.
is-
We can see it.
This is wheat bran
Oh, wow.
that I ground down with oil, butter, sugar, and a little bit of cocoa nibs. So it's
Oh,
basically Nutella, but with wheat bran.
oh nice. All from
Really?
scratch.
So to show the texture.
Yeah.
Poor Dad. The lovely
Burn 'em.
assistant.
It's a little far
Dad
down.
is being like thrown into the mix here.
Let's see it. I don't want to.
Oh wow. Oh, that really is Nutella. Nice.
Mhm.
That looks delicious.
So yeah, it tastes pretty good. It's totally smooth.
What would you have it with?
Like just
Everything.
toast.
With just on toast?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. So what did you? How did you make that? You ground down. Oh, we lost you. Q is muted. Oh, there you go.
Oh no.
And now he's muted again.
Yeah, no, I mute myself when I'm not talking.
Oh, okay, all right. I was saying, how did you make that then? So what are the ingredients of that?
So yeah, again, I've been milling my own flour.
Right,
So a byproduct of that is the wheat bran.
right.
Mhm.
So I toasted that in the oven with some butter,
Nice.
and then again
Anything
ground
with
it
butter.
down. I ground it down with sugar, oil, the butter, and cocoa nibs.
And cocoa
Wow.
nibs. Wow.
Wow.
Wonder show milling your own flour. That's impressive.
What, like how
Yeah.
do you even come up with this stuff?
Well, you just have things and figure out how to use them.
Does your dad have time to do anything else? So I should introduce the Steam Sisters. So the Steam Sisters, we met 1,000 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much exactly. I think maybe 1,000 years ago today.
Yeah.
At a Let's Talk Science event, right?
Yes,
That's right.
that's right.
Yeah.
And
We are
oh, sorry, go ahead.
coordinators for Science. Oh no, I was just saying we're coordinators for Let's Talk Science, volunteers for Let's Talk
We
Science.
saw you speak. That was really fun.
You were fantastic.
They were way more excited than I was. It was amazing. Like it was like very rarely am I in a room where there are people who are more sort of have that sort of mad crazy energy than the Steam Sisters. So we instantly got along. We instantly got along, and you guys are primary on Instagram now, right? Is that
We are on Instagram as the Steam Sisters,
right?
and that is our main platform right now for our online stuff. But we do
Right.
a lot of interactive, hands-on things when it's not a pandemic.
In person, but that's not possible these days. So we're moving to the YouTube world as well.
Yeah, and we love doing Steam.
It is kind of fun, isn't it?
Just a
Yes.
little fun.
It's a good excuse to play.
Exactly. To let our secret out. That's the
Yeah.
only
Oh, sorry. I mean,
reason
it's
we
very
do it.
hard work. Very hard work. No one else should do it. It should just be, you guys, Q, myself. Well, I just thought you guys should talk because we started. So basically, the Steam Sisters have this great, I guess, YouTube show that they're putting together that is all about talking to people with like cool careers. They've got this really cool sort of rundown for how they do the show. And one of the things that's come up is this. Originally, it was going to be pizza. And we were going to go to pizza places, but weirdly, there's not a lot of pizza places, especially pizza places that want someone coming in and playing with their doughs.
Yeah, I don't know why, but that seems to be the case.
Yeah,
these days.
weirdly, coming up against a lot of walls on this stuff. But as a sort of well, not exactly a replacement, I've started playing with some yeast stuff for you. Basically, they gave me this stinky job. That's like they're like, oh no, it'd be great if you could do some lab stuff that makes your basement smell funky. That's basically what they asked us to do. And then of course I immediately went, sure, I'll help you, and then called up Q because Q is like the fermentation king. I call him the YeastMaster.
Oh wow.
The yeast
So we've got
master.
the yeast master.
That's it. Yeah. That's made possibly a dubious title. I'm not sure, but you've done a lot of yeast stuff, right, Q?
Yeah, actually, speaking of which, I gotta do this anyways. Dad, next prop. Go get
There's
this
another
started.
prop. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Hold on.
Onamas.
Okay, continue 1 moment.
Okay, please talk amongst yourselves. I like that. I should get my yeast things because I haven't looked at them either to see I don't know what they've done in the last
Okay.
couple of days. So it's had like 2 days since I talked to you, right? Q, is it a couple days?
Have you been feeding it every day?
How about every 2 days? What am I supposed to be feeding it?
Yours needs
More
to be fresh.
flour and water.
More flour and water. I didn't put any flour or water in some of them. Like the potato
Yeah,
one.
this is my starter.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Let me take a look and put it up.
Mine does not look that good. I'm gonna go. I'll get mine. I think we'll
Well,
see.
again, Well, again, mine's a few weeks old.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And this is... Q's going to smell it for us. It's killed Dad. I like... Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's
Look
good
at
texture.
that.
And what are you going to make
You
with that?
cool, right?
I don't know, bread at some point, I assume.
Yeah? And you'll just take a scoop of that, throw it in with your bread, and that'll be what will raise the bread up.
Well,
And,
generally, you use a decent amount,
yeah.
and then you sort of make a secondary starter just for that loaf of bread.
Okay.
Oh, so
Um,
every loaf is different a little. That's
Yeah.
cool.
How do you
Yeah,
get the...
you basically give it like a really good feed to
Right.
really wake up the yeast.
Right. Well, I should get my yeast and see what's happened with those. I'll be back in a second. Or Baz, maybe you could grab... Let me guess, you're in competition mode.
No, I'm not.
No, why would I be playing competition Overwatch while my dad's streaming? That's... No, of course.
I would.
Can you grab the yeast, or shall I grab it?
Where is the yeast?
It's in the furnace room. I figured the furnace room was a good place for it, because it's not too cold. What do you think,
And
Q?
it's not hot. It sounds very hot.
Well, the furnace is never on, really, that much. Q, is the furnace room a good place for this stuff?
What's the temperature?
Like, room temperature? Like, I mean, just it's not particularly warm, but not particularly cold either. It's sort of like middle. I have no idea.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah.
It's a Goldilocks room.
It's a Goldilocks room.
Just right.
Right. It's like the earth in my house. Exactly. All right. Well, I'm gonna go grab it because this kid seems to be absorbed in the game. All right, Baz, say hi to everybody. I'll get the yeast.
Oh, what?
There you go.
I was gonna get.
Hey, Baz, what's up?
Hi.
How you doing?
Hello.
Pardon? Sorry.
How you doing, Baz?
Doing pretty good, yeah. How are you guys?
All
Not too
right,
bad.
thanks. How you keeping with all the isolation quarantine?
Actually, pretty good. I think I was built for quarantine.
You're in your element.
Yeah,
At least
A few of these select. I'll be back in a second. Hang on, I got one more. I need some more desk space, don't I? I think I'm gonna end up.
these?
That's the yeast that I'm trying to build. That's the yeast I'm trying to grow.
Yeah, my
Here we
routine in
I got one
quarantine literally has not changed. So this
Nope.
is the world really came to me on this one.
It's just giving me more time to sit in the basement all day.
I mean, your basement is pretty great.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Please feel free to return to your
Bye-bye.
killing of aliens. All right. So,
Oh wait, hang on. Before we get into yours,
yes.
should we do a live sourdough maintenance?
Oh, yeah.
On my end?
What do you got? Let's do it. Live sourdough maintenance. See? I bet you.
Ready to be cameraman?
Hold on a second.
Steam Sisters, you had no idea what you were in for, did you?
Well, while we're doing
Wait,
that,
David, I get to blame you. This is all you're doing.
Oh, blame me.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you-
fine. Yeah. What were you going to say?
we did some experimenting with yeast yesterday and made some bread.
Oh, you did?
We did. We ran out of
Shut
bread.
the front door. You bought that.
No.
Really?
This is our first time making bread ever.
Let's see it again. It looks perfect.
Well, thank you. Maybe
You think it looks perfect. We haven't eaten it yet.
Yeah, that's true. We never see them again. We never hear from the Steam Sisters again. Entire family wiped out with one roll, one small roll.
It was the bread. You know what? It's nice to be able to make bread because when we did make pizza, well, some of us can't quite make pizza quite yet.
Yeah.
It's what I learned.
I keep telling them they should stop calling themselves the Steam Sisters and just start calling themselves the squabbling siblings because it's basically everything is a competition with these two.
And that's part of the show.
That's it. Well, that's exactly. You should give. What's the rundown of the show? Like you have a great sort of idea for how this thing all comes together.
Thanks so very much. Yeah, so we talk to really awesome people who have really cool jobs and kind of get
It's
the
STEAM.
opportunity.
Did we even say what STEAM is?
Oh.
Science, technology, engineering, art, and math.
See,
That's
look how good
it.
they are. I'd forgotten all that part too.
And then we just get to kind of experience what they do for a living on their day to day. and then share our adventures with everyone else.
And we asked them some questions. They let us know how they got to where they are. But
All the hard questions.
one of the funnest parts is they make us do
A twin trial.
a twin trial where there's a task that's part of their everyday job, like making a pizza.
Right.
And we learn it in 5 minutes, and we do it as a competition. Times.
Some of us do it.
Some of us do it. Some of us try. And then make a real mess of the pizzeria.
Oh, did you really?
Well-
One person did.
Well, how did you?
You'll have
Oh, so
to-
don't ruin it. That's right. Don't ruin. You got to see it. Yeah, that's the whole point. Is I don't want to give any secrets away here. I just wanted people to understand what I was doing when I started talking about this stuff. And I just thought it'd be kind of fun to introduce you to the Twitch crowd, including Q as well. It's Q's a little more organized than I am, so he's got things so organized that he's doing, like he does his videos, he does his Instagram posts. I can't during a pandemic. He doesn't even take a pause. Like there's just still every day stuff coming out. You know, you check in with him. He's like, "Oh yeah, I've been sick for like a week. I'm fine." But there's still content coming out like every single day. It's amazing. The guy's a machine. Yeah.
We've seen your Instagram, Q. We follow you, and it's fantastic.
It's really
Yeah,
cool.
I follow you back too. Thank you.
You have a lot of really cool adventures and
Yeah,
culinary.
such good ideas.
Do you ever get family just saying like, "No, make your own damn yeast or whatever"? Like, do they ever just like, I don't want to deal with this stuff?
Well, no, that's why I have staff usually.
Ah, the staff. We all need staff, I think. That's why I have a son. That's my hope is. As you can tell, he's really useful. He is actually very useful. I'm just teasing, but it's he also needs his gaming time as well, right? So
That's what it's about.
I'm gonna just check the chat and see what I'm missing out on. Okay, so who have we got here? We've got Jack Jastra on here. So Jack Jastra is one of the people I spoke to. Have I got all that stuff up there? I guess I should move that so you don't have to see all the. If I go full screen, will that help? Present, will that help? Nope. Nope. I don't know how to do this thing. Bess, how do you go full screen on this? There's a knack to this. Wait a sec. Full screen.
What's your name?
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, done. Okay. As you can tell, this is the first time I've ever tried to do this, like loop everyone in together like this.
I thought you guys were going to use Zoom.
So I'm actually amazed this has worked at all. Well, I didn't use
This is great.
I didn't use Zoom because Zoom seems to, for some reason, Zoom hates my the open broadcasting system. It keeps like screwing things up. Oh, thank you, Muppet Viking. 100 little tiny diamond things. You can't hide your 3,000 unread emails from your fans anymore. Oh, did it actually say that? Damn it! It's probably something like that. I have the happy 60th. Kendra, you are so blocked. 60th. I had to ask my wife how old I was today because I truly don't remember. I also had a hard time remembering that it was actually today was my birthday. I was like, is Saturday?
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, I forgot to
Happy
mention. Oh
birthday.
yeah, it's my birthday today. Yeah. And I can think of nothing better than hanging out with you and with the sweet aroma of rotting whatever the heck.
honored.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
Oh well, don't be too honored.
Thinking on your birthday.
Way to hide that.
I've dragged you down with me. Q, do you have a presentation? Don't let us hold you up.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm just waiting for the opportunity. Hang on one second.
Okay, no
All
rush.
right.
No rush,
Okay.
just whenever.
Here
Yeah.
we go.
What am I doing?
I'll turn
Oh,
the
thank
camera
you,
off for a
Soda Crafter.
moment.
Mhm.
So then I pick up the camera.
Okay.
You're gonna talk me through it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, here we go.
All right. What's happening?
So that should be.
Oh wow. Oh,
Sorry.
we really are going live. Okay.
Yeah,
So we have the sourdough,
Right. Starter
we
feed.
have water, and we have a flour that's 50% whole wheat flour and 50% all-purpose.
Okay. What's the difference? What's all-purpose?
I'm
Like that.
all-purpose has the bran and the germ sifted out.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
And this is what I'm
And the
supposed to be
whole
doing
wheat
every
in this
day.
case- Yeah.
Wow.
I'll,
High maintenance pet.
I'll start that now. It's like a Tamagotchi. All right.
hmm So for me, I do really small feeds every day
Right.
because I don't bake that often, and you don't want like a bunch of starter accumulating.
Right. That's right. I can't get in the basement. Right. Yeah. I got it. Yeah.
So
Straganona.
It's like the blob, only it's like a sourdough. Okay. So you're so this is the flour going in.
Ooh.
Oh,
That.
there's actual measurements going on.
Wow.
This is very precise, very scientific.
I've really got it. Q's really showing me up here. And big thanks to Q's dad, by the way, for helping out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Q's dad.
Hang on. There's sometimes the scale is finicky.
Turn the camera off for a second.
Okay, hang on.
This is the live
Okay.
editing.
Do we have a variety of scales?
Yes.
Scales. I have scales somewhere, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Well, while you're doing that, let's have a look at what
Here. I like that everything is labeled.
Of course.
Whatever.
I mean, I also like the element of surprise.
Mine's labeled. Oh, which one? I'm with this one, I guess. Mine's labeled yeast,
Very accurate.
Best label.
but nothing's happening. So I guess I should feed it.
Well, it's only been a day.
Oh, really? I mean, it was foaming to start. It was definitely stuff happening to start, but then I guess, as you say, I've got to keep feeding it. So,
Yeah.
is there a certain amount of this that I should be putting in? This is just
That's a pretty small amount, so you can probably use what?
How much is in there, David?
I videotaped it to remember, but I don't have the videotape, so I'm not entirely sure. It's whatever it said on the package. I think it was like 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast and I can't remember how much water, but whatever they told you.
And it was the dry yeast?
This was the dried stuff that was completely out of date by possibly as old as I am. Oh, we're back. We're back. His is so much more impressive. I gotta get better labels.
We're back.
Okay, we're
so
back.
Again, we're gonna measure the flour.
Okay.
Try it again.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So fine.
And in this case, the whole wheat flour I milled myself,
Right.
but you don't have to do that.
And you mix that
17 grams,
with
Okay.
That's close enough.
Close enough.
With water.
Water.
Well, about equal amounts.
so the same amount of flour as water. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
So then you
Every
add that
day.
to the
I'm
starter.
gonna take this.
So now we dump that in the starter, or carefully mix is the I think the scientific term.
It's just a matter of semantics, you know.
Exactly. Wait a second. Do you have to wave the magic wand on it? Is that what was that?
There's a spell we're
Yeah,
missing.
the chopstick is just a really good implement for stirring, actually.
Okay, great. Okay, good to know.
And magic.
And magic too. It's the Harry Potter. Harry Potter yeast.
That part you missed, David. The magic spell.
That's it. The incantations. How much fun is trying to do this with one hand and the other hand holding a camera?
Right?
I'm sure it's great.
I'm waiting for the camera to end up in the yeast mixture.
I don't know why you added the water to the flour already. You should have dumped the flour in first.
Oh, that should do that. That's good to know. See?
Like that.
This is perfect. So I have this one. So that was just the yeast.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Okay.
Horseshoes, and then give it a good stir.
Yeah, let me stir it.
And
Well,
that
it's
is
hard to
just
hold the camera.
and that is just feeding the existing yeast that you've got growing in that little container.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's good.
good enough.
Can you shake it, or is it a mixed thing? You don't want to shake it up too much?
You just gotta stir it.
Okay, so I should try that one again.
Good.
I did a lot of shaking. Okay. I just felt like somehow shaking it was gonna make the difference. Thank you so much. So you do that
That's awesome.
every single day
Yep,
Wow.
for the rest of that yeast's life.
yep.
Really,
It really is like
it really is a pet or a
Yeah.
child.
And
You have to feed them every day too. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't realize that. So I didn't realize that the flour was. But you don't put flour in wine and stuff. So what's feeding the wine? So you're feeding sugar instead.
sugar in the grape juice.
So, okay. Because here's the one. So I thought I took some raisins,
Oh,
There's or sultanas as they're called. Which camera do I have going here? I feel like I'm on. It's just like the nightly news. Do you see?
raisins. There's sugar in raisins. Of course.
Right, that's what I figured. So I just put that with a bit of water, and I'll let that. I figure I'll let that ferment for a bit, and then I can start throwing some flour in, maybe, or throw some more, or right
Well,
away.
what I would do is take just the liquid and add that to a fresh jar with more flour and water.
Okay. So, and how long do I right away? Like a day later, 2 days later?
I mean, I don't know. As soon as you see some activity,
Bubble.
All right. Let me have a little smell here.
So you're gonna have a taste.
Oh,
I hate raisins. Well, there's definitely a slightly yeasty smell to it, but so I'll try it. Well, I can always try it. This is all a very rough experiment that is inspired entirely by the Steam Sisters. So I'm sticking to that because when my wife starts complaining about what is that horrible smell down there, I'll blame you. The other one I tried, which I was kind of intrigued by, was potato.
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 So that one I took your advice, Q. I boiled the potato. I peeled the potato, boiled the potato, put a bit of the peels in with the water. What are you laughing about?
Oh, I just did the Lord of the Rings line.
Oh,
Mashed
dear.
it, took it in a stew.
Great. And also fellow nerds, I might add. So like they said, with the potato, and then I just threw it all together because I figured that the starch in the potato and the water would at least start the fermentation process. But I think same thing again. Scoop off the top, pop it in with some yeast.
yeah.
Okay. And then the last one, what did I do? The last
Exciting. This is very exciting.
And the last one is just flour and water. Like just, that's it. And then I thought
Yeah,
what I would...
that one's gonna take a while.
Oh, really?
There's
When you
less
say
to
take a
try.
while...
Did you add yeast to that or no?
No yeast at all.
So yeah, that'll take time for the wild yeast to sort of accumulate.
Well, and that was the next question is, and one of the things I read, that's the other thing is I find it's all the information online. It seems to be like a matter of taste. Like there are different ways of doing. People have different ways of doing it. Some of them were saying put like a cloth over it, and I'm guessing that's to get more of the sort of the naturally floaty, the furnace yeast. Boy, can't wait to eat this bread.
Yes. Yeast.
So, but what I did was I put these lids on and I left them very, very loose. So I thought that might be, but I'm not sure there's gonna be enough getting in. So you think go with cloth?
I would. Yeah, go with cloth.
Okay.
Or honestly, depending on what your like bug situation is in your house, just leave it open.
Just leave it open. Oh, really? I would just be worried that something's gonna like. Well, first off, that I'll knock it over, or that something will fly into it. A lovely sort of like.
Well, I mean that can happen.
Well, they say, we had friends who ran a winery. Yeah, you seem very excited about that. We had friends who ran a winery, and they said that the amount of sort of special ingredients that ended up in the wine is it's a big part of the taste of the wine. Often is just that when you go through and there's a lot of bugs and stuff that just get in there. You crush them all up. What was that?
Each one gives it character.
And a bit of protein.
Oh God, yes. See, this is the problem. I've started doing because I have these cute little microscopes. I mean, manly scientific microscopes.
You're adorable.
It's so great. They're so adorable. I'm going to put little Hello Kitty stickers on them. But my son laughs at me because every time I sit down to eat something, or I just happen to, I put it under the microscope now to just have a look at.
Of course.
So I've started posting just pictures of or video of whatever I've discovered. Which is kind of fun. I haven't looked at any of this under the microscope yet because I'm assuming. What was that?
Can we have a peek at it?
Do you want to have a look? All right, I can try that. Oh, this is going to make such a mess. All right, okay. I'll be back in a second. Baz, here you go. Are you playing right now? Are you playing? Okay. Oh, you sound so happy. Here you go. I'm going to go get some stuff to put on the microscope.
Hi.
Hey again.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
So,
Or-
Baz, have you ever made pizza?
I think I have with my mom and my cousin, but that was like a while ago. And we make the dough or anything. We just put it together.
I mean, I'm sure it was still delicious.
Yeah.
Q, have you made pizza?
Several times.
But you made everything, I'm sure, right?
Pretty much.
Wow.
Except for that.
Very impressive. Oh,
Again,
what are
the
your
last-
I think
What's
this
that?
could be the perfect thing for it.
Huh?
This could be the perfect thing for it. So it's this little thing that you.
Bye.
Oh no! No. I'm gonna use the micro hatchery.
Oh,
So this is for like sea monkeys, but what I do with it, I think, is if I put the stuff in here, it should give me it's weird to find the right distance with this thing to really get a good view, and then I think, how am I gonna do that? I'm not gonna be able to show you. Maybe I can. Okay. Last time I did this, I ended up hot gluing a webcam to the top of the microscope, which works surprisingly well and comes off surprisingly well. You'd be happy. Yeah, which I didn't know at the time.
camera acrobatics.
More hot glue gun adventures.
Exactly. Well, someone's walked off. Now, okay, so this hasn't... The fluid at the top of whatever I'm starting with here, the flour one. The fluid at the top is all I'm going to look at? Is that right? Is that where we're going to see...
Honestly, I wouldn't even bother with that one yet.
Okay, we're not even going to bother. Good. That's one less to look at. Okay. But I that said, I did get footage of... Well, exciting footage of the yeast before I had put it in the water. So you get a sort of sense of what it looks like under a microscope.
Nice.
And a little bit of potato, the raisins, and what was the last one? That was it. Yeah, that's it, basically. I mean, I guess I could do flour and stuff, too, but...
If you end up making bread out of the raisin one, would it taste
Different.
Q.
No, again, eventually what you do is you keep feeding it for several days, up to several weeks, until the culture stabilizes, and then it just becomes, a sourdough starter that is indicative to your wild microbes.
So it's not necessarily going to taste like... It's not going to so much taste like raisins as it is going to taste like whatever the yeast would taste like.
Exactly. The raisins are just a way to sort of kickstart the capture of the wild yeast.
Speaking about Kickstarters, you have to start up that other yeast one again. Q had this idea for a Kickstarter. Again, chose probably one of the worst possible times on the planet to start a little Kickstarter. Very reasonable, like nothing crazy. Just like he likes every so often to kickstart these projects. These cooking projects, right? Because some of this stuff is expensive to get, like the materials and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So if people, so I'll tell everyone that right now. Q's the guy to talk to for that stuff. But you had like the special yeast you were playing with. Tell them about the special yeast while I grab a bit of
Well, yeah, I was going to order. The Kickstarter didn't work, so I was going to order a very special winemaking strain of yeast.
Oh,
Non-standard, not Saccharomyces. It was like some sort of originally wild yeast from New Zealand.
How much does
No,
it go
that-
for? It's expensive though, right?
Yeah, pretty expensive.
so
I mean-
Saccharomyces is what we usually use for things like bread and wine.
Yes. Yeah.
This is exciting. Science. Here, let me grab my camera for a sec. Okay, check this out. So when I poked through, can you see this?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
When I poked through the outer surface, bubbles came up. Like
It's alive.
that is
Which one's
fermented.
that?
This is the potato one. And it
That's
smells
potato
like
one.
someone died. Which I'm imagining is probably a good sign, right?
The one case that maybe that's a good sign.
The one case, yeah. Huh, that smell of death in the basement. That's okay. Now, let me see if I can do this. All right. I don't know what we're going to see, if anything, but that's the whole point of this, right? Is to just try to.
This is really exciting. I'm really
It's
curious.
released to the beast.
Well. Oh my God, that's the other thing is they should also just be called the Pun Sisters because that's all they do. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have a look at this. Oh, what if the UV? I don't know if there's a UV setting on this as well. It could be kind of cool. Okay.
Try it all out.
I've got a great shot of the glass You've got a great shot of the top of my head. You can see just how much the 51 years of hair loss will do for you. What's that? No. Okay, I'm going to try this again. Okay, hang on a second. All right, feel free to talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to just... Oh, that smells so awful. Oh, the potato one particularly...
I've got my third prop.
Oh, very good. Bring them on. I'm gonna see if I can get this set up for you.
What's
So
this one?
this is straight sourdough starter cooked like a pancake.
Wow.
No way.
Oh,
So you
nice.
Throw it in a pan. That's it. Let's work it open.
Like a sourdough
I don't know if
pancake?
it's cooked.
It might not be cooked through. We'll find out.
I like the dad.
But that's sort of a good way to use up extra starter.
Oh yeah.
How would you eat it?
Just
Put
on
it
its
in
own.
Eating an egg and make
Yeah, it's like a pancake. More savory, probably.
Cool.
Does it taste really different from a regular pancake?
Or tanginess.
It's really good, but it's still wet.
Yeah. Maybe throw it in the toaster oven for a
I'm
bit.
gonna throw it in the toaster oven.
That's a good idea, because I imagine you have a lot of starter.
Eventually, yeah.
I'll just
Wow,
be
that's
here looking
awesome.
at potatoes. What have we got here?
Q, when did you start doing all of this with starter and experimenting with yeast?
Well, cooking in general, it's been about 4 years probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I go on and off with sourdough.
What's your favorite thing to make with the sourdough starter?
Pizza's pretty good.
Pizza is pretty good.
Wait, do you have a go-to pizza?
Great pancake.
Go-to pizza? It depends. I am pretty partial to a white pizza, so just like oil and garlic, and like prosciutto and cheese on top.
That would go well with a tangy base. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a
Mhm.
pineapple on pizza type of person, Q?
I think we're stirring up some controversy.
Uh-oh.
No judgment.
What did I miss?
I appreciate that. I am definitely a pineapple on pizza kind of person.
Oh, so am I. Who doesn't do that?
Who
Really?
knows?
Some people.
Q, are you not a pineapple fan?
I'm just not a fan of the texture of pineapple, honestly.
That's fair.
I'm actually allergic to pineapple. But I
That's
love
also
it.
But you love it. Oh no.
Absolutely love it. Yeah. When I first moved out of the house, I was like, my dad like kicked me out because I dropped out of school, and I was like, yeah, I got my own place, and I went. And my first night that I was there, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm by myself. I'm gonna eat a pineapple, and I went. And I got a fresh pineapple because what would happen is my lips would blow up. I looked like Mick Jagger.
Wow.
But that's all. So I just looked stupid. So I never ate it if I was going anywhere. Right. So I sit at home. I chop this thing up. I eat the thing. And all of a sudden my lips come up. And I'm like, yeah, it's usual, you know. And then I was like, uh-oh. Then my mouth.
Uh-oh.
Then my throat.
Uh-oh.
And then I had to call my dad and say, what do I do? And he said, go to the window. And I was like, I went to the window. And he said, look down. I said, look down. He says, that's a hospital. There's a hospital across the street. So I went to the hospital across the street. Yeah, there you go. That was my big independence.
It worked out.
Yep, I survived. Okay, I'm gonna try this one now. I couldn't see it through the sea monkey thing, so I'm gonna try it just on a slide. And see if that works. But feel free to keep talking. That's fine. I think this is why they dye things.
Ah.
You know, because I'm finding it it's like white on white. It's all over my microscope, and now it's going on my mouse pad. Let's see if
This is a messy experiment.
Oh,
That's how you have fun.
I got
Make a mess.
something.
Get messy.
I got something. It may just be bubbles of something.
So yesterday was the first day that we were experimenting with yeast, trying to make bread, and we knew that it rises that much, but gosh, seeing it rise that much, it's kind of cool. It's such an interesting phenomenon.
Like magic.
And then you get bread at the end of it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Did you cut open the bread yet?
What's that?
Have you cut open the
Did you
bread?
cut open the bread?
Oh, have we cut open the bread now?
No, we haven't. We should.
See if
Just
this,
do it live.
Do it
Okay.
see
live.
this. This is the potato stuff. Let's see if there's anything you can see. There's
Yeah,
quite a lag.
It's all black on this end.
We lost you, David.
Oh, okay. Hang on. See
But
if
while we find you again, we're gonna cut open our bread.
Live opening of the bread.
Oh wait, no,
wait,
never
no.
mind.
Oh no, go! You can cut open the bread. I'm just trying to find. Oh, there you go. So the video is so far behind the stream. I'm going by the stream, and the stream is so far behind where I'm at.
Oh,
So let me just see here.
It smells really good from here.
Isn't this exciting? This is exciting television. What's that? Is that? Oh, that's wrong. Okay, wait a sec.
okay, we will open the bread.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm not sure if you. Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Dun,
All
dun,
right.
dun. Open the bread.
Oh nice.
Ooh.
Oh,
Thanks.
Yeah, decent crumb.
that looks good.
Thank you.
It smells great.
Now,
It smells.
and you can live eat it.
Live eat it.
It's like
You
turning
know
into an, what is it, an ASMR video
Ooh.
now.
What's that? Let me see.
Can you see anything there? It's really hard to. I need to better. This is why I hot glued it. Can you see anything out of that?
Yeah.
Ooh.
See, small little spherical.
Yeah, they're like very symmetrical little spots.
Oh yeah, hold it there.
wow.
It looks good.
It's kind of neat. Oh wait a second, but no one else can see it. Wait, Baz, can you control the mouse for me?
Do you want me to control the what?
This is the let me delay until I finish doing what I'm doing conversation. Baz, can you adjust it so that we maximize my screen so they can see what I'm seeing?
We can see.
You can see it, but I'm
I
not
think
sure that the folks at home can. So,
Oh, no.
So Baz, if you go to the U up in the corner there on the right,
It's
that's
exciting
me.
for the people who want to see.
Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Wow.
It's pretty clear.
It's not bad, huh? He's
Pretty good. Oh,
I got
went
excited
to-
and dropped it for a sec.
an eclipse of the yeast.
There you go. Okay, so that is Eclipse of the Yeast. Don't make me laugh. It's hard enough to hold this thing. But I don't see any activity.
Yeah, it's pretty still.
Just question: is it yeast or is it bubbles?
That's a good question.
Well, that is potato, actually. So those are, I
It looks
think,
like
little
starch.
tiny particles of potato. I think. Okay, I'm getting dizzy. Okay, but you get a sense of what it looks like, anyways.
It does that to you.
Do you find that? I find with a microscope, I get the same thing as virtual reality. I get a little bit like seasick.
Oh.
But yeah, it's sort of the particles are very they're quite uniform. I'm surprised.
They're very symmetrical. Was there any yeast in that sample?
No, that was the whole.
Oh.
The hope
It was
was
a bit of potato.
well, the hope was that I was going to be able to
Put them in.
yeah. Well, was to create my own like wild yeast. How do I get everybody up again here?
Well, yeah, I think there probably was a little bit on the potato skin.
Well, that's what I was hoping. How do I change it to everybody here? You. Ah, there you go. That's better. That's much better. They don't have to see me. See you. So yeah, the hope was that some of the yeast on the outside of the potato would start. I mean, it's definitely fermenting. Like there's a definite. I stopped smelling it, but it's definitely a good sort of fizziness to it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And so now the question is, if you take a spoonful of that,
Yes.
put it into fresh flour and water,
Yep.
does it continue to be active, and does it smell less like death, more like bread?
Okay. All right. So I should do that.
That's a positive change.
Okay. So can we make this a change for the positive? Okay. So I will take like what? Like literally just like a teaspoon of it or something like that, or just a spoonful.
Yeah, a tablespoon.
Tablespoon. Okay. So a tablespoon of each of these. Mix it with some flour on each of them, and then see what happens. How much flour?
Maybe start with like 30 grams each.
Okay. All right. Gotta write this down. Okay. Writing this down. Somewhere is my nice. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Like I say, it's live. It's live. So it's all real happening now. Here we go. Okay. So sorry. What did you say? 30 grams?
Yeah, 30 grams.
Okay, 30 grams and one like tablespoon. Tablespoon.
Sure, and then also 30 mils or 2 tablespoons of water.
Okay. Water. Okay, I shall do that, and I shall document it for the Steam Sisters upcoming video.
Yes.
Exciting.
Exciting.
Don't forget to stir it and do your incantations.
Oh, right, the magic Harry Potter wand. I forgot. Yeah, forgot about that. The chopstick wand. Okay, so the question is, do you want me to try to attempt to look at anything else? Do you think the Sultanas will have started anything going on there, you think?
Eh,
I'll wait a couple days on that. And then the yeast itself, we might as well look at the yeast itself, see what's happening.
sure.
Because that something should have happened there, right? Okay, so I've got to go run off and just clean off the slide and the microscope, and I'm back in a sec.
All right, we'll vamp.
All right, that, and now I'm going to take the microscope.
So Q, what other projects are you working on now, other than feeding the... Wait, does the sourdough starter have a name? Isn't it that?
No, a lot of people do name them,
I would.
but you know, I have trouble sometimes, so they die. So I figure not get too attached.
That's a good
It's
idea.
true.
That is a good idea.
It really is like a Tamagotchi.
This. Oh, sorry.
No, not at all.
Welcome back.
There's something. It
Oh, my
reminds
dad
me.
wanted me to put that. If you have an established starter, you can put it in the fridge,
Put it to sleep.
and then it doesn't need to be fed as often.
Ah.
Ooh.
So what would that reduce the feeding times to?
About once a week.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's
not bad.
quite a different amount. Yeah, that's
Manageable
pretty
pet.
good.
Oh, I gotta clean that too. Hang on.
Smells good.
Once a
Baz, you're up.
What else are you working on, Q?
every day.
Let's see. Right now, I just did the
That is
bran
really
butter.
pineapple.
Today, we're also doing an aged yogurt cheese.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
cheese.
Oh, I love cheese.
So it'd be like a soft cheese.
Yeah, so basically, you take yogurt, you hang it,
Okay.
make it really, really dry, so it's
Okay.
almost
You
like a
keep your headphones
firm
on. I'm just
cream
gonna get this.
cheese
This is the yeast.
texture.
Mm-hmm.
It smells gross.
And
Does it
then
smell horrible?
we'll be rolling it
Welcome
in
to
herbs.
science, buddy.
in like little balls,
Okay.
and then
Alright.
aging it in olive oil.
That sounds very gourmet.
Wow, that sounds
great.
incredible.
Have you done cheese before, Q?
A little bit, mostly fresh cheese, like ricotta, and a little yogurt cheese.
Wow.
I want to try and make
Yeah.
mozzarella
Or ricotta.
or
That would be
ricotta.
cool.
Is it paneer or sag? I can never remember which
Ricotta
one it is.
is easy.
Which is the cheese in sag paneer?
Paneer.
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 Okay. I've made paneer cheese, and that was amazing.
Really?
Yeah, that was
Ooh.
great, and it's really easy.
Huh.
Next project.
Well, I was
You
gonna
gotta watch out though with cheese. You gotta make sure you get milk that isn't ultra high temperature pasteurized.
Wow.
Oh, why is that, Q?
Ultra high temperature pasteurized, the proteins are sort of already a bit denatured.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Huh. Good
pro
to know.
tips. Pro tips right
Pro
there.
tips about protein.
So it doesn't curdle properly.
Right. Okay. And you need that to make cheese.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is pretty cool. Okay, now we're pretty inspired to make some cheese.
Yeah.
And cheese puns, but we'll be easy on you.
But the whole point of pasteurization is to kill all the stuff happening in the milk, right? Isn't that the whole idea of it?
Yeah, but like again, you can pasteurize at different temperatures. So most like big brand supermarket milk is ultra high temperature pasteurized.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I've also done the bread.
I imagine it's quicker.
What was that?
It's quicker and
I
it
just
makes it
like
more stable.
Huh.
Mm,
That makes
that does make sense.
Q, do you have a favorite kind of cheese?
Ooh, probably Parmesan.
Ooh, that's a good one. I discovered one of my favorite kinds of cheese when I went to Quebec last summer, the Port Royal. It's a little bit like Saint Paulin. That's all I can say about
Oh, what's that like?
it. It's fantastic.
I actually started a cheese
What's it like?
journal.
Um,
Where I started
What's
writing.
that?
I would write down the name of the cheese and why I liked it, and I stopped doing it. I wish I hadn't, because I can't. It's like wine. You need to know which ones are good, which ones are bad. Like, and they're expensive.
Cheese journal.
It's a
That
cheese
is
journal.
a good
such a
idea.
good
And a cheese journal. We should all start cheese journals now.
I will.
Okay, that's one of my many takeaways from today. I'm gonna start a cheese journal.
Le Port Royal is kind of a bit firm. I'm not really good at describing cheeses, I'm noticing.
You gotta start a cheese journal and
Yeah,
practice.
I do. All I can tell you is that it's fantastic. It's a bit firm. It sort of reminded me of a cheddar, but not quite.
Is it a strong flavor?
It's kind of a maybe.
Well, let me see if I can remember the main types of cheese.
Mm.
There's gonna be a bloom rind cheese, so that's like camembert
Oh.
and brie.
Ah, the ones I love. Yep.
Washed rind, which is like your kind of funkier cheeses.
Like what? Like the blue
Um,
cheeses and stuff, or the?
Gorgonzola.
Blue is its own. Blue is its own category.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, I jumped ahead. I guess. No.
That funky.
Let me try this.
Well, I forget what the name is. There's also Gouda is coated in wax.
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's always funny to me
Then
to
there's
see what's
cheddar.
going to set them off. Whatever's going to set the Steam Sisters off. You never know where it's suddenly going to take a turn for the comic. It's all right. So but the waxed ones are which ones?
That's Gouda and a few other cheeses.
And then the blues are their own.
Yeah, blues can be either soft or firm, and then they're a sort of subcategory of a bloomy rind cheese.
Bloomy
I
rind.
like that.
Bloomy rind.
Oh, what's David doing?
Sorry, I'm
going
trying
on
a
there?
different way of snapping this thing onto the microscope. I'm seeing if this is going to work. I don't think the web cameras are high resolution enough. The cell phones in a way are better for this.
You're
I
just
think.
ahead of the game, David.
That's it. No, that's not. Okay, I'm going to just try doing it without. Hang on a second. Sorry. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. You're doing very well. Okay, here we go. And pop this on. Okay, let's try that.
We appreciate your attempts.
So we used to have access to a pocket microscope, and we'd look at all sorts of things, like
Fabrics are very interesting.
some fabrics.
Oh, fabrics
with-
are insane.
Yeah.
They're kind of creepy, actually.
Well, yeah, especially if you don't know what it is, and you're looking and you go, "Ooh, what is this? Kind of spooky." I've also looked at my hair under the microscope.
Oh boy.
Pretty.
My
Looks
fear with that is I'm going to find something living, and then I'm like, that'll be it. I'll be scared of my own hair. Oh. Uh-oh. Did I just end the meeting? Ugh. Oh, dearie me. Sorry, everyone. Hang on a sec. What have I done? Join or start a meeting. I guess I'm doing that again. Oops. I think I just hung up on everybody. Let's try this again, shall we? Okay, I'm going to join now. Here, let's just go to chat for a second here. Sorry, everybody. This is my disaster. I take entire responsibility for it. Hang on. Let me get myself some... let me figure this out. Okay, so I'm going to do talking. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to go back to the chat here. I'm going to join now. I'm going to join the other two people again. Adding people. Hang on, folks. Apologies here. It's Swapna, Q-Dragon, Sendaya. Did I get them all in there? Yep. Send invite. Try that. Add more people. Who have I got invited at this point? All right, let's try Swapna as well. Okay. Sorry, folks. I seem to have lost them. How much fun is this, huh? Yeah, you see why I blew up entire solar systems, because I can't even get a damn live stream to work. A lot of fun. Oh, good. Look, this is entirely impromptu. I really appreciate the fact that that the ladies. Oops, have I just shared everyone's invite? No, I haven't. Okay, hang on. So if I do that. Yep. Oh, come on. Yep. Why is it not inviting them? Baz, gotta help me out here, bud. What's going on? Why can I not send invite? Send invite. See if that works. All right, sorry, folks. Hang on. Okay, I think that's everybody. think that's everybody. Okay. It's not, look, Acid Horse, I wish it was Twitch, it was acting. It's not exact science. It's totally not exact science. What's this? What's going on here? What's the chat going on about now? I don't trust anything that Kerem says. Doiki Doiki Baka, thank you very much. Happy birthday indeed. It is indeed. It's kind of fun. What else we got going on here?
Yeah, thank you everyone who said happy birthday.
Stuff happens. It's all good. Thank you, Pac Mom. Yeah, this is it. This is what I love about it. Like, I've sort of been inspired to just do this kind of stuff now because, oh, I guess I could do this too. Because I feel like, I do this stuff at home by myself, and it's just so much more fun to have other people involved, especially people like the Steam Sisters and Q. So I'm hoping. I don't know why it's not adding them to the invite. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Zendaya, yeah, that's on there. So I send the invite. And then we got a watch party tomorrow. That's right. So tomorrow I'm doing the Stargate watch party. Have I just lost them entirely? Is that seems to be what's happened. Yeah, I think I might have hung up on them by accident, and then I don't know why they're not coming back again. Oh, and Twitch is down now too. What's going on? Oh, Baz, help me out here, bud. Have we lost the stream?
No.
No, it's still there. Okay. Oh, is that working? Is that working? If I got the back? No. Why not? What's going on? Oh.
I'm back.
He's back.
I believe the sisters are short behind.
They're fantastic. Oh, great. Okay, I couldn't figure out why it had dropped it. I'm sure I clicked something, but yeah.
I'm gonna go away for one moment. 1 second.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, as you need to. Obviously, it's pretty laid back. Baz, you need to help me out here, bud. I've lost my Twitch stream. I can't see it anymore.
It's up. Don't worry.
There we go. The chat room's back. I'm hoping that very soon we shall get the Steam Sisters back. I'm hoping. Fumbles Big Stupid. How are you, Fumbles Big Stupid?
And they saw the email, so.
Oh, they did see the email. Okay, great. All right, so they have to log out and log back in again. DStat, I should say, by the way, our fabulous sponsor, DStat, who has very courageously offered to help out with exactly this kind of thing. But the reality is right now it's very, very hard to set up any hardware stuff because of the world.
We did set up the donation box.
And the donation box was set up. Yes, thank you. That was DStat's suggestion. Deny entry. I almost hit deny entry there for a bit.
I think you did.
I think you did, yeah.
No, did I? Oh no.
No worries.
like,
We're persistent.
denied.
We're persistent.
They're just gonna keep calling and calling. Now I can only hear you. I can't see you now.
Oh, hold on.
I can see you.
Oh, can you? Oh, well then wait a sec. Maybe it's me. Hang on a sec. How do I go back to?
Can you guys still hear me okay?
We can hear you, Q.
And I can hear you,
Shall I go?
but I can't see them.
I
Baz?
put my little ventilator on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, don't let us wear you out. Where are we at here? Baz, how do I get 3 people up like this? This is ridiculous.
What do you mean?
Exactly like I said. Why can I not
Click
get everybody
on,
up?
Don't just click on yourself again.
Click on myself again.
I'm sorry, or maybe press yes.
Ah, yes, he's right. All right. Now Q's totally kitted up. Look at that. We've exhausted Q already.
Oh no.
Okay, so I'm gonna
There's
close.
just a time I always put it on.
Oh, is it really? Oh, really? So you have like set times when you do that? It's like the yeast. You got to give it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Does your dad comes in and gives you yeast every so often or flour every so often? It's the same thing for me. So sorry about that. I don't know what I clicked exactly, but it was something exciting, I'm sure.
You missed a riveting conversation about cheese, David.
Damn it, because cheese is one of my favorites. Okay, I'm going back to Google Hangouts now. Let's see if I can do this without hanging up on everybody. Are you back? Oh, I got to figure out how to do that without showing everyone everything on my on my desktop because the reality is I have not answered a lot of
Do
emails.
you have 2 monitors?
I have not really. I've got the right now. The laptop's the only thing that's powerful enough to run anything. So I've got the laptop, but I've got it coming out of an HDMI on the side. So it's not really 2 monitors. It's just mirroring the monitors. And then I've got
Well, you should just have it extend the monitor so that the Google Hangout can exist on its own on the other monitor.
yes, I should. I really should, but I just haven't figured it out yet.
Well, just when you go into your
I'm not
display
I'm not
settings,
touching anything now.
just next time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yes, you're right. I usually use a Mac, so I am now on the PC full time. So I'm still trying to figure out all the little foibles that is Windows. Windows key MP. Oh, thank you. And then extend. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, crossover. Look at that. Windows. Why does everyone know that except me? Steve Sisters, what are you on? You Mac or PC? You're PC, aren't you? Yeah. And Q, you're PC as well, right?
Yep.
Yep. All
I
right.
have 3 monitors.
Ooh.
Such a show off. I have a ton of monitors. They're just all being used by Baz to play his games.
For the record, we only have one.
We have one for the 2 of us, so we balance it out between us all.
Yeah.
Nice. What do you do, Wisik? So how do you do that with if you're like learning at home? If you're like, because right now all of your university stuff's going to be at home, right?
Yeah.
It is.
So you guys
we
just
actually
fight over it,
have
or?
a laptop, but right now we're using one because we realized if we use 2 at the same time, it's just a whole lot of echoing.
If we're in the same room.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And you don't want
It would
that
be kind of weird if we were one person in one room and the other person in another room.
on the same meeting.
Well, but Baz and I debate that because because Baz wants to put his computer up in his room. He's also working on getting a television
I
up
don't
there.
want a computer in my room. I just want a TV in my room.
Just a TV. That's all. He just wants a TV in his room. Because so much stuff is going to get done. But then, but the point was, which I thought was interesting, was that he was saying like, well, what's the big deal about it? Because we used to be like, no TVs in the rooms. Like it's just no TVs in the bedroom. It's a bad thing. Except that you've got cell phones, you've got iPads, you've got laptops. So the reality is, there's the entire internet in your bedroom the whole time. I mean,
I think that rule was made before we had cell phones.
yeah, but I think Jane and I made that rule. I guess but the phones weren't smart.
Yeah.
Because we just felt like how to
Smart.
doom a relationship is to put a TV in the bedroom. Is basically I think was the idea. But the reality is instead we just have like laptop, iPads, phones,
Everything else.
Yeah, like
Everything-
a wall of technology. Okay, I've got to figure out a better way of being able to show people what's on this microscope. So I'm going to figure that out. It works quite well with the Android devices. So what I might do is set up another Google Hangout at some point so that I can just have the camera like log in on the phone and have that as an extra window
Log in by itself.
and use that.
It will be a guest on this live
Yes.
stream.
Which I've done with Zoom.
What you need to do is have a separate account so that the account on the phone can join the call.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. So we have an extra caller, and that caller is my microscope. You
should call it Yeast the Beast.
Yeah,
Call
the
it
yeast
him.
beast. The yeast beast, exactly. Okay, so I did look at the yeast under the microscope, and I've got to say it's pretty uninteresting, I'd have to say. It was, there's definitely some... Oh,
Okay, I don't know if that microscope has the magnification.
I say that.
Actual yeast.
You know what? I say that. I'm seeing bubbles forming.
Ooh,
So there's obviously something going on.
it's alive.
So maybe if we can't quite see the yeast, we can see what it's doing.
That's what I'm thinking. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it may, as Q says, I think it may just be air bubbles, and now I've lost it again. Yeah, this is. I
The
gotta
yeast are
figure.
just camera shy.
What was that?
The yeast are just camera shy.
That's it. It's it. They're just really bad on camera, like me.
You know what's actually cool? Is looking at bread under a microscope.
Oh yeah.
It's actually like transparent.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to try that too then. Or the Steam Sisters can do that. Okay, so
What is it
let's.
we're doing? Missed that.
Oh, look at bread under the microscope.
Ooh.
Oh, I think I have one of
It's actually like translucent.
Okay,
Oh,
the
let's-
last time I did this, I hung up on everybody. So, Baz, your job will be to switch the camera to my camera so that they can see what's going on here, okay?
Okay.
All right, ready? I'm going to move the camera again, see if you can see what's going on. It's kind of, I mean, there's something going on.
This is exciting.
Okay, let me see if I can get this right. Baz, I need you now, bud. Like I've never needed you before.
Ever.
So you want me to switch to here?
Yes. Oh,
Nothing.
that's exciting. I'm trying to find it. What's it? Oh, there you go. Wait.
Oh, there's-
almost there. This is
Looks
why I'd
like
like to
a-
have this set up. Oh, there's a little ridge on the camera.
Moon. I think we see the
Right.
moon.
That's it. Don't make me
That's
laugh.
what you're saying,
You
right?
make me laugh, I'm doomed. There's a little ridge on the camera. It's so frustrating. There's a little ridge on the camera exactly where I need it to be.
How rude.
Okay, hang on. Here we go. All right, here we go. This is really exciting. Baz, could you maybe switch back? Because I don't think I'm going to be able to get this. All right. Okay, wait. Don't switch it yet.
It's an eclipse.
All right, can you see anything?
Oh, we can see something. It's really
No.
fuzzy.
Look more carefully, son.
I just
He's like, yeah, no.
frothy.
Oh,
lost it again.
Frothy.
I bumped it.
It was funny because the word "sun" is the first syllable of my name.
Almost
Oh,
there.
we see the moon again.
Yeah, it's too. The camera's just not. It just can't take the.
Full
amount
moon
of
tonight.
light. Yeah, it's a full moon
There
tonight.
was
Thank
a
you.
moment,
All right, I give
there
up.
was a moment where we saw it though, and it looked quite fuzzy.
Yes, there was definitely, and there's a little bit. So there's a little bit of like stuff going on for sure. But
Take your word for it.
well, and also I don't want to ruin it because this is all footage that could be used in your. Yeah,
Previews.
these are like
This
basically.
is exclusive, isn't it?
It's a teaser trailer.
This is basically a live teaser that, and let's just say there's no way your video can be as awkward as this.
This is amazing, David.
But I kind of love this though. I think this is part of the, this is my thing where I keep talking to, because the Steam Sisters and I have had this issue a few times where we talk to people about, film and television stuff. Okay, if I do this, and then I do this, we should all come back. Yes. So one of the things that we come up against is that because we're in TV people talk to us about doing, television style shows. And I just feel like one of the things that people miss in this kind of stuff, or kids miss in this kind of stuff, there's all this there's
Trial
all
and
the,
error.
yeah, which people don't see that the majority of time is failing. I want to teach people to fail, as someone who's good at it. I think one of the things that James Gurney said, who's my friend who's a virus scientist. That's what he studies viruses, and he said
Very
that
timely.
he got a summer job, and he somehow talked this company into basically creating a job for him where he was experimenting with biofuels and this kind of stuff. And he spent the summer doing it, and he said nothing worked. Like everything he tried, nothing worked. And he was like so depressed. He's like, I've completely screwed up. This is what a disaster. And then he spoke to his scientist friends, and they were like, well, that's science. Like,
Yeah.
science is about, like, okay, so now those don't work. We could just take them off the table right away. So I thought, and I think that that's such an important thing to learn, especially when you see this age of the internet where you see these nice little poppy little videos where people go like, boop, boop, put them together. Everything works beautifully. There's not a mess, and I think it's really kind of fun to see,
Process.
just to try stuff. You don't know. I don't know what's going to work or what's
Well, that's just it. That's the fun part, right?
Great.
Trying and seeing what you can do to make it better and different, and that's the process of science.
Yeah, the final product itself is not all
Always
that it is.
the most fun
It's-
thing
Yeah,
either.
it's the process and getting there and not getting there and figuring out what that looks like and having fun with it is so important. And
Yeah.
we miss that a lot, you say.
And I'm going to cling to that. I'm going to cling to failure like a little life raft. Okay.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Cooking is a great way to teach you to become comfortable with failure.
Oh, really?
Bad.
I like that.
I'm good at that part of cooking.
So what's your percentage? Like, what's your hit? Like, when you're cooking and stuff, when you make stuff up, like when you're truly inventing foods and processes, Q, how many of them would you say fail?
It really depends on the category.
Okay. How about yeasts?
Again, sourdough and certain fermentation stuff, it's
Very
pretty,
hard.
it's pretty hit and miss.
Yeah. And do you ever just get a run of it and you're just like, okay, this
But
just
like you're just like,
go on? Sorry, I cut you off.
so go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, do you ever just like go, okay, that's it, it's time to move on, this isn't gonna work, or you just keep going until something works?
I mean, it depends on the project.
Right.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
that specific project might be abandoned.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, that's me.
Because it just
And I
doesn't
guess-
make sense. Yeah.
And if you don't fail, when you get it right, won't be as exciting. Like the bread.
That's true. I do feel like if things just work out every time, there's no interest there. Like, I feel like it's like there's nothing more frustrating when things don't work, but there's nothing more exhilarating than figuring out how to make them work when they.
When you actually get bread.
Yeah, it's such an adventure in doing that.
But that's not real bread. You bought that from a store. I can't believe that your first attempt at bread looks like a
It was
freaking
one
dinner
lamb
roll.
where we stuck it in the oven, and then it came out looking like that.
Yeah, it looks like a dinner roll from a commercial for butter. Like, how do you do that?
You know what?
That's the magic of showing it to you through a screen.
Oh, really?
That's
That's it. That's... I see.
But no, it was pretty easy. We just mixed the dough up,
She says it was pretty easy.
and then you let it sit there covered to proof for a little bit for about an hour and a half, and then
Right.
it doubled in volume. Then we punched it, which was fun, to deflate it a bit. And so
Better
you
the dough than your sister. Yes, indeed. Yeah.
And then we just formed it into ropes, tied them into knots, and then left them to proof for another hour so that it would rise into the volume that it is now to bake at.
do that fermentation,
Yeah.
get that carbon dioxide.
Do a little egg wash, and then
Oh,
stick it
the
in
egg wash. That's what it is. Yeah, because the egg wash gives it
Oh,
that
yeah.
beautiful golden.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. The one that I didn't show you didn't have the egg wash all the way around because we don't have a brush, so I was doing it with the back of a spoon.
We should have had that one too,
And
just for show.
yeah, show the failure. And it doesn't look quite as golden. It just looks very pale, and it looks not baked, but it's baked.
And Q, do you have any special? I mean, you love all these. Q loves the contraptions, the cooking contraptions. Are there any sort of like any cool sort of kitchen tech that you use in relation to sort of yeast or cooking or any of that kind of stuff? Because the Steam Sisters also
no,
love
really.
special tech.
Again, sometimes I use my stand mixer, but for bread, it's pretty basic.
You don't have like one of those little like those little bread maker things?
Oh god, no.
Because we used to have one. It's actually kind of great though. In a Corona apocalypse, I would much rather have like I love the idea of having the just because it's simpler to deal with. Sorry, go ahead.
But you have an oven that's also a bread maker.
Good point. Good
We
point.
have the proof of that.
You know, you don't have to go for the tech. I should jump in and say, look, McGriddle Cakes, thank you very much for a subscription, another subscription again, and everyone else who subscribed while I was, you know, hanging up on people and stuff. Thank you. We got to do this more often.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you missed the pun, David.
You missed. It's true. I missed a pun.
You missed a pun.
What pun? What was it?
I said we have the proof.
Because you proved it.
Yeah.
Apologies to your audience.
This is
but
why
that's
we've-
gonna keep happening.
This is why we've moved to the internet with the Steam Sisters. Television was having none of it. Did you guys do that extra? Did you get through the rest of the stuff again?
Yeah, well, we're not completely done. We just keep getting ideas.
Yeah,
So we
Yeah.
just
because
when-
we're doing also we're gonna branch out into the more interactive. This is how you do a thing, especially
Right.
when you're in isolation. But we have too many ideas for that, so we have to narrow it down.
The Steam Sisters are working with a local Toronto company here to do a bunch of from home, basically, you know, lockdown videos for that are promoting their TV shows. Is that right? And in the process, you get to show them some science.
they're called Boredom Busters, and so what our
Not our name. We didn't make that.
our part of it is to
What, the Pun Master has a problem with that name?
No, I was trying not to take credit.
Oh, I see. Okay, very good, very
I
good.
didn't make.
Um, it's how you can do a whole bunch of different science activities with what you probably have already at home.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorites was how you make a constellation.
Ooh,
yeah.
how'd you do that? Oh, sure. You
It's out
I
of
don't
this
ruin it.
world.
It's what?
It's out of this world, David.
Oh dear God! You're gonna have all of these in these videos, is that right?
You bet.
I think that one was. Oh, I think that one was released just this week.
A few days ago, yeah.
Oh,
A
is it?
couple
Well,
days-
where can people see it? We got to put these in the chat so people can go
Oh.
and see them. Well, hang on. Okay.
Let me see.
On the Shaftesbury Kids YouTube channel.
Okay. Baz, could you
Hang on,
do me a
let me-
favor? Could you look up the Shaftesbury Kids YouTube channel and we'll put a link up? Or is there someone on the chat who could do that? Let me just see if it's. Well, I'm sure someone on the chat's much better, faster with their Google food than me. Okay,
We'll
let me
see.
see. Okay, here we go. So Shaftesbury Kid, wrong keyboard. Damn it. Too many keyboards. Okay, Shaftesbury.
Oh, that's not a good link.
No,
Wait, your look or my look?
no, not a good link.
she's
I
looking
tried
it
to
up.
find
It's just
one.
really long.
Oh, is there like a bad
Technical difficulties.
Shaftesbury? What Shaftesbury?
Fine.
They're having technical difficulties.
Oh no, just me.
Oh, okay. Current series about us explore kids. Maybe could that be
Shaftesbury
Shaftesbury
Kids.
Kids? Ah, there we go. Okay, so I found that YouTube channel.
It's a lot of fun because the way you can make these constellations is all you need is literally what you have at home.
Okay.
Just some paper and some pencil and a flashlight.
I think I may have sent it to you by email, David, but
Ah.
I don't know.
Shoot! Someone beat Fumbles McStupid. You beat me to it. I'm doing it too. Thank you, Fumbles McStupid. Very good.
Your own things, Bubbles.
And can we get contact info for Q? Q, you got to get your channel up here too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Does someone have Q's info? It's Cooking with Q. Let me find the link. Actually,
Q's on
Q,
YouTube,
can
Q's
you?
on Instagram.
What's
You
your
just
best?
pop-
What's the best place to catch you, Q?
Oh, sorry, I was having some audio issues.
Oh, no worries.
I'm back.
We're just gonna say we want to make sure that people know where to find you.
Sure, Instagram.com/QDragon1337 or YouTube.com/CookingWithQ.
I think I've got the Cooking with Q one now. Let me just do this. I'm gonna copy and paste it into the chat now. Here we go.
And you're on a podcast too?
No, I did do a podcast a little while ago. We've been on a very long hiatus.
He's been on for a long time. I mean, Q's been doing this since. How old were you when you started doing this, Q?
I was 14.
Yeah, and he's now almost 16. How old are you now, Q?
26.
26. Wow.
Wow.
So you've been 10 years on Instagram, at least. Nice.
Incredible.
Oh, no, Instagram is pretty recent.
Oh, yeah?
YouTube is 12 years.
Wow.
Wow.
That is impressive.
That is very impressive.
Sorry, Q Dragon. What was the?
It's almost impressive how small the channel is, despite having gone 12 years.
But this is the thing. This is what's going to happen. Is it just takes like one video, and the next thing you know, they're going to be all over you. Instagram and Cooking with Q. Okay, is it under Cooking with Q?
Their Instagram is my old handle, QDragon1337.
Got it. Got it. And by the time I found it and cut and pasted it, someone will...
Cooking with Q on Instagram is taken.
Ah,
There you go. So that's the thing is you got to get those viral videos happening, and then mega success. Then you just buy them. Buy Cooking with Q. You know.
that's weird.
All right. What else we got? Let's go to the chat. See if someone has anything in the chat they want to say. Pac Mom, what's going on with Pac Mom? Fumbles McStupid has beat me to every single link I was supposed to put out. Spinner Breakers.
We have one more link. If I guess our main platform's on Instagram.
Oh,
as
fine.
Steam Sisters.
All right. So your Instagram, and what were you? And your Instagram. And then what's your username on Instagram?
Steam.sisters.
Steam.sisters. Yes. Oop, not Steam Sister.
How often do you guys post?
We do regular stories and we post just STEAM content every now and again.
Oh, there you go.
We do quizzes and fun stuff.
They wear like reindeer ears and play violin.
I'm wearing the polar bears right now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they always. That's the other thing is the STEAM sisters always somehow manage to wear something that like relates to whatever you're doing. So the last time we got together, we played with dinosaur fossils,
Oh yeah.
which I've still
We
got.
dressed the dinosaurs.
Yeah, and there was a lot of dinosaurs worn for that. That'll be a fun one. Actually, I can't wait to see that one. How did you find the footage on that? Because we couldn't figure out how to stop the GoPro from changing its.
I'm switching around.
We're still working on it.
What do you? Because we could probably like. I mean, I could, if you want, I could have a look at it and see if there's a way of like zooming it out or locking it or something like that. I mean, what are you using for editing?
Adobe Premiere Pro.
Isn't it great?
Oh, I can take a look at that too. I got it from you.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true. Q's been doing this for a long time.
We've got the new pro.
It's true. Oh, see, it's worth it. It's worth. I'm telling you, this is like you can see why we're teaming up. And then, so what are your what are your plans? Like, what are the plans going forward with Steam Sisters? What do you want to do? What do you see with this stuff in the future?
Oh my goodness, that's a big question. Okay, so with
I like to put you on the spot.
With this series that we're doing, we were having such a good time traipsing about, visiting all these people who have such amazing STEAM careers. Now that the pandemic is here, we have some footage of what we did get to visit,
right?
And we're editing that.
Yeah, get it out now. That's perfect.
Yeah, but we're going to be turning this virtual, so we're going to continue those adventures in a virtual way.
But it's going to be on. And so the first few episodes that we post will be from when we were going out and about, and then from there on we'll just do virtual, and we'll continue to have the chat, the twin trial challenge part, and yourself in the makerspace.
Yeah,
that's right. The stinky job part. Yeah, the stinky messy stuff. That's the one. That's the ones they stick me with. You know, I still find glitter glue all over this place because the last time we got together. Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. It was a while ago.
Well, so now you've got Q for all of your culinary aspects on this stuff as well.
Yes,
maybe there's some like tie-in stuff there that.
Just anytime you have a question, just email me.
That's
questions with Q. I think that's a segment right there.
There you go. Questions with Q. Perfect. Done. This stuff writes itself.
And then we're also going to be doing some more of because we, as coordinators for Let's Talk Science and other groups as well, we do a lot of interactive, hands-on, fun STEAM activities with kids, but also adults and just the general public in general.
We're going up to do a talk too soon about concussions, which is what we do. We will have a brain. We won't say if it's real or not.
I'll have this brain, but also have another brain.
We'll have. I was hoping you'd have two brains, but it's fine. If you got one between you, that's it's always good to pass it around.
You were saying something, David?
It's like the conch. It's like who gets the conch. It's like who gets the brain. What was I going to say? Something I'm sure inane. Oh yes, right. The concussion stuff was really interesting to me because that's when we first met up. I had no idea that you'd done you're actually. I use you as a sort of a great example of STEAM because I say look, there's you started looking at scientific ways of solving concussion and then realized that the best way to solve it was not through concussions, through science. It was through legislation, right?
Yeah. The best way to solve it is to continue to give people concussions.
No,
that's right.
No.
Obviously, I got the message wrong. It was terribly presented.
No, that's right. We, when we started looking at concussions, we realized there wasn't any policy in place in Canada. So we just decided, hey, someone's got to do it. So why don't we try? And that brought us on a huge journey that snowballed from just writing one paper to visiting Parliament on April Fool's last year, bringing a brain with us and really tripping out the security there because we wore the same thing and we're carrying brains. But we made it through security, got in, and were able to talk to the parliamentarians there and talk about prevention and management and diagnosis and treatment of it and all of that. And so it was really cool. And we've seen some changes too. So in the other hats we wear are as researchers, as PhD students. at the University of Toronto, and through that we've also seen some really cool policy and legislation being done in Ontario. So Ontario is the very first province in Canada to have
Any sort
legislation.
of formal policy. Yeah, we
And
just had the opportunity to write legislation at the very beginning, which was crazily about 10 years ago that we started this process.
Is it really?
And then
How old were you when you started doing that?
two, we're precocious.
Amazing kids. Amazing.
But yes, almost a decade ago.
But like, were you in high school at the time? Or is that
No, we were in undergrad.
you were in undergraduate? Okay, right.
Yep. And yep, still in school, eh? Yep.
The
Stay in
school that
school.
never ends. The school that never ends.
School that- right.
Well, that's interesting about the.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying we're doing the science side of things as well, of course. So one of the projects that I'm doing now is figuring out, what's the best way to provide a management system for students who have concussions. But because we know that concussions are not just a thing that is in sports, it's also in transportation, in the workplace, and just any
Falls
random
and-
falls.
The last person I was talking to, won't say their name, of course, but got a concussion because they were installing an air conditioning unit and it fell on their head.
We've had a lot of
terrible.
ice falling on heads and just like banging your head on a cupboard, everything.
Keep your head up because can happen anytime, anywhere.
Well, okay, so then things like it's funny because we started talking about you the other day. I think with Baz potentially because I was watching. There was a clip of like an MMA fight where the guy just gets taken out, and I thought, wow, we got to basically. Do we have to stop that?
Okay.
Yes. So things like boxing and then like MMA is a little bit like sanctioned giving people concussions.
Yeah.
Which is a very interesting thing. There's a lot of
it's
culture.
highly controversial.
It is. There's a lot of people who are kind of just saying, we should
not have those sports.
Ban those sports because one of the goals in some way is literally giving someone a concussion.
Well, it's the ultimate goal. Like that's it, right? The whole point is to get a knockout. Like I used to watch it all the time, and now I feel kind of a bit like weird about it.
Yeah. Well, ever since we started studying this, I can't see MMA or boxing without, cringing. But there are obviously ways of doing boxing, like not in the competitive world, but in, a gym or something, like creating those skills
and stuff
that are really helpful for people.
There's also the culture of the sport, and that's something that's difficult to kind of overcome in some way in terms of saying, okay, you cannot ever do this sport because there's so much riding on it for some people. But in general, sports that are not boxing or MMA are still, sports. There's a lot of benefits to playing team sport.
We started looking at this because we're huge hockey fans.
Yeah, exactly. But the point of hockey is not to render your opponents unconscious that I'm aware of. Although a fun part of the game.
It depends on who you're playing.
Right, exactly. That's interesting. I wonder if technology could save us on that. Like maybe if there's a way of like with fencing. Fencing at one point used to be you fenced until you stabbed someone in the heart, and then you would then lose the fencing match. There was a dueling thing, right? And then it became more gentrified, and they had a whole electronic system for that. Maybe there's a way that MMA could become like you do those crazy kicks, but they contact a helmet that can tell you sort of they can even give you sort of levels of hit or whatever. I mean, like
and hit a target that's not your head.
Yeah, that's not your head exactly.
Maybe.
I just don't see how you're gonna. It still feels almost like because look, I love boxing for some reason. I've always loved watching boxing. I've always loved MMA.
They're talented. They really are.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But at the same time, but look at what are the repercussions of this? I mean, like I'm just curious to know where that goes. And then Q, what about you? What are your plans with Cooking with Q? What are you thinking? Where do you see that empire going?
So, just sort of keep on trucking, basically.
Right.
I was doing a little bit of consulting for restaurants.
Right.
For them. So that dried up real fast.
Yeah, I'm sure. Right now, for sure.
Yeah.
Is there something I just feel like, and I actually think I put this in a tweet the other day where I was saying that Q knows this stuff. Like he's been doing this, as we said, for like 12 years now. I feel like if someone's got a restaurant or someone has a product or a service or whatever that is struggling because of this stuff, who needs to move online, like Q is the kind of person you should be talking to about this stuff because I feel like he's got that expertise. He knows about social media. He knows about the science stuff. He knows about sort of outreach things. I mean, actually, both any of you guys for that matter. But certainly from the restaurant standpoint, I think Q. There's got to be I feel like local restaurants have got to figure out something else. I mean, if they could go online,
Perfect partnership.
Yeah.
I mean, it does seem like a great opportunity that would be lost if people didn't leap on it. So there you go, everybody. Leap on that. Off you go.
Consulting with you.
Yeah. David Blue. Hello, David Blue. David Blue is from the other Stargate. So there was Stargate Atlantis, and then after Stargate Atlantis, they had Stargate Universe, and David Blue was one of the stars of the show, and was fantastic, and got to play one of the one of the geniuses. I mean, almost as genius, but yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of nice to have him around as well. He's just joined. David. You joined Twitch like fairly recently, right? The apocalypse has forced you online, like many of us. Not quite as genius. I like that. Fumbles with Stupid seems to like that. Anyway, so there was a rivalry thing that happens in the show that was kind of fun because, there was actually really, I didn't get the sense there was any rivalry in real life. It was just kind of fun. We just got to hang out and geek out together because we're both sort of geeks who liked this stuff and then got jobs in science fiction. And so we're kind of enjoying that. So it's kind of fun to watch Q enjoy David Blue enjoying the same kind of experience as me of sort of going I'm in a science fiction show. This is cool. Anyways, I should probably let you guys go. I'm sorry I've monopolized you for so long. But...
That was fun.
Thank you so much for having us.
I've got one more prop.
You got more props? Q's got more props. What do you got for us?
Oh my gosh. What is it?
I got one more. This is a... Alright, grab the camera, Dad. So this is a koji and squash mixture that will become vinegar.
Wait, so this is a fermentation thing again, but it's with using what instead? So what is in koji?
Rice that fermented with aspergillus, mixed with roasted squash and water.
Oh wow! And are you having to feed that on a regular basis, or is that a completed?
You need to stir it every day.
Stir it every day.
I want that one.
Yeah.
So you stir it every day, and then what's I have no sense of what the taste is. What is it? It's going to become just a pure vinegar?
Yeah, eventually it'll become a vinegar.
Wow.
How do you use it, Q?
Sorry, what?
How do you use it?
How do you use it, Q? What would you use the vinegar in?
Camera back quick.
Oh no, I want you to stir it, Dad.
Flip on camera?
Yeah. Okay, it depends on what it tastes like. So I'm not sure what it's gonna-
So it tastes awful. You'll be using it for cleaning. Oh, that's great. David's already wished me a happy birthday, actually. David is way ahead of you guys. Yeah. Way ahead. All right, so we're stirring what is it called again, Q?
Well, yeah, this is a koji squash mash.
That does not look like it smells good.
Right. You need more water in it?
Stir it.
Wow.
And it just breaks down into a liquid?
Eventually, I'll be blending it with more water and then filtering it eventually.
And it feeds on itself, effectively.
Well, basically, right now, I added a splash of kombucha, so that adds yeast and acetic acid bacteria.
Right, so it's breaking it down as we speak type thing. And kombucha, remind me what kombucha is? That's that horrible cabbagey thing, right?
Kombucha mango drink.
Oh, kombucha mango drinks. Yeah, Baz is a big fan of the kombucha mango drinks. I can't drink them. There's something about the taste, it just doesn't work for me.
To each their own.
Fair enough.
Yes. In other words, if you don't like what I like, then you're wrong. It's generally how it works for me. Thank you very much. That's cool. Okay, so you're gonna. How long will that vinegar take?
I'll probably give it at least a month before I process it.
How do you
And then
keep
it's
track of all this? Like, I just don't know how you keep track of all the things you're doing.
calendar.
What is it?
Calendar. Sounds like a handy tool.
I like the idea of a calendar, but I never remember to check it. That's my problem. Like, I put lots of stuff in the calendar. You got to check it every other day. That was just no good to you.
Well, Google Calendar emails you.
Yes, and I do that. It's true. I do that a lot. But it's one of the things I've discovered is that I always have like 50 different places where I keep track of what I'm supposed to be doing. So I get like, oh, look, there's that note. Like Q and I will have long discussions. I'll write long lists of things that I'm going to look into or follow up on. And then I start another list the next time we talk. And then like a year later, I go, oh, there's that list. Oh, look at that. I followed up on nothing. So that's one of the other reasons why I like this live thing is it's very ADHD, which is basically it's either now or in the future. There's nothing in between for people like me. So the idea of just being able to go live and go, let's just try stuff. And so the next time I can come back and I'll have a few things, hopefully, that we can look at through the microscope and stuff. But as I say, I'll get higher quality footage for you so that you can use that in your video and stuff. And I just wanted everyone to get a sense of what we were up to, the evil that was
Thank you. No,
afoot.
this has been great.
This has been so much fun.
and
And
if you-
awesome to meet Q in person.
Yes,
kind of.
so nice.
Yeah. Well, now you're in touch as well. Like you're all on the emails now, so you can converse. And we'll have to do it again. So
Absolutely.
maybe we'll make like a regular event out of it or something.
Sounds good.
Here's the other thing I was going to ask you about was there's a bunch of new sort of, I shudder to say, funding options that are available through the CBC that I thought you might want to look into. I don't know what's required to actually sign up for them, but if you do need like a some kind of established film company or something like that attached, let me know because I'm sure we can figure something out. And I might actually email you separately about stuff because, or even just this. I mean, like, who knows? But it just they're desperately looking for people to be able to do stuff from home because all of a sudden they've got all those hours to fill, and all of a sudden it makes sense to just be able to just get stuff out there and people talking and just doing stuff from home. So, and
Very true.
I know you probably have a harder time with this than we do. Q and I never leave the house anyways, but you're always out running around doing stuff. So how do you keep organized on your stuff? Same thing, calendar, just doing the calendar?
Oh,
I live by lists, and I have a special red pen to check them off, all the little tasks. But I have too many lists, just like you've got like a book, then I've got a pad right here, and then I've got some other stuff. And
I've got a master list and then all the little lists.
a master list.
And then I try to keep some in the head. But,
See, the best thing that I learned, which obviously doesn't work terribly well because I'm still incredibly disorganized, is this bullet journal thing, which I love.
Ooh, I've heard of this.
So you write your lists, but always write it in the same book. And then the idea is at the beginning of the book, you keep a couple of pages free and you just write an index. So you go like list of whatever. Then you go to the front of the page and you just write down list of Q things. And then you then can look at the front of the book and know exactly where those lists are and stuff. Plus, it makes you create. Oh, what's
Yogurt
that?
Cheese.
Oh my God! What yogurt cheese?
It's cheese.
Oh my God! He just pulled that out of nowhere. What will that taste like? It's still in the shape of the yogurt or yogurt. Sorry, whatever you guys call it.
That was a cheese mold.
Cheese mold.
So, and what will that taste like? Is that like a cottage cheesy thing, or what's the?
It'll taste more like a cream cheese.
Oh,
Cream cheese.
cream cheese. Oh.
It's making me hungry.
I know. I gotta say, I'm a little peckish now. I think it might be time for my birthday lunch of some sort. So look, everybody, thank you very much. I think I should probably wrap this up and let these fine people go about their days. We will have to definitely do this again.
Absolutely.
And does anyone actually, before I go, does anyone have any questions or anything they want to ask in the chat? I mean, anything for Q or the Steam Sisters? Wait, whose birthday? Oh, breach.
It's David's birthday.
Whose
Everyone say
birthday?
happy birthday,
That's
David.
it. Breach is out of here.
This guy. right.
Fumbles McStupid says, thanks, guys and gals. And thank you, Fumbles McStupid, for being so quick. So not being fumbles on this. What's that? Oh, someone was saying they really liked... I saw the cheese hype. I like that. So we've got cheese hype. We've got... apparently people were asking if Kate Hewlett was my wife. No, she's my older sister.
Oh,
Who else have we got here? Cheese mold. Cream cheese is the best. Whose birthday? Yes, we figured that. Oh, yes. Someone was saying, so John P7 says they remember the Shape of Water cocktail. So Q invented a Shape of Water cocktail. And one of the things I wanted to do before they basically put us on hiatus until the end of this COVID thing was to ask Guillermo about what a suitable like food or drink would be for Q to come up with for his next movie, which is Nightmare Alley. So
Cool.
I thought that could be kind of cool. It was a Shape of Water cocktail. It was actually surprisingly good, I've got to say. What was the combination
I'm
again?
so surprised. It was a clarified passion fruit vodka, lime juice, a little bit of green chartreuse, and then a dash of blue curacao.
That's in. You've got a video on that too, don't you? Is that on your YouTube channel, or is that on my
it's on
YouTube
both
channel?
our channels.
It's on both of our channels. All right, good.
Everyone check that one out.
Yeah, once again, I get stuck with the messy job. Wait a second. Oh, you creative types.
Yeah, but you get to drink the cocktail.
I got to drink the cocktail. That's true. Well, the funny thing was actually my wife drank the cocktail because I don't really drink that much anymore. Like I have the odd glass of wine when Baz is really bothering me. So I had a couple of sips, which is great. But yeah, Jane was like, "Oh, I'll take that." So she left with the cocktail supplies. I still think we have some of those crazy some of those crazy mix things in there.
We still have that blue drink.
We still have the blue one. What was it? The cassis or no? What's it called? It's the
Oh, that's so cool.
Blue curacao.
blue. That was it.
I
Yeah.
don't remember, but it's still.
And then
on
It's still there. It's still there, looking very blue. What was the one that you sent me looking for before that it was so expensive? I was like, we got to get a sponsor to do this.
Chartreuse?
No, there was something else. It was something else after that. We were talking about doing some kind of an Asian whiskey or something, like a rice whiskey or something.
Oh, yeah. We were going to do...
Oh, it was Pacific Rim.
Yeah, Pacific Rim.
That's right.
We're going to do Sochu.
But it was the Pacific Rim. It was the sequel to Pacific Rim, and the movie was terrible. The movie was terrible.
One of the worst.
Oh, God.
It failed us in many levels.
It failed us on many levels. It's very true, Baz. Well put. Because we loved the original Pacific Rim. Like, we watched it probably like 100 times. Baz and I, like as a kid, Baz would watch that with me all the time. Oh, thank you, Alien Thinker from Brazil. Wow, that is. So Alien Thinker from Brazil says happy birthday. And I didn't look. Oh my gosh, I need that recipe. Pac Mum's getting ready to booze up on that drink. What else we got? Any other questions for anybody in there? Oh, what are your PhDs in? Pac Mums asks.
Us?
I'm in exercise science studying concussions.
And unsurprisingly, I also study concussions, but in a different department at the university. I'm in the Institute of Medical Science, and I'm also doing medical school.
Wow, what a combo, huh? All right, someone said that's sweet. The original superb. Anything else? I think we're covered. I think we're good. Anyone, were there any questions I've missed here? I'm scrolling around. I'm looking. It's all so chaotic. Nice to put faces to names and refer to you all. Oh, that's great. Yeah, Pac-Bums is just nice to put faces to, because I do refer to all of you quite often. I drop your names all the time.
Which name?
Medical science and molecular biology, Acid Horse says. I'm assuming that's what Acid Horse is doing. Acid Horse, cool. 1972. It sounds like sounds like there's like a Neil Young story in there somewhere. Okay, and it's also, yes, the other doctor's birthday today. It's true. It's David Tennant from Doctor Who. Also, as I refer to him, the other doctor. All right, look, I'm going to let you go. Thank you very, very much, Q. Thank you, Steam Sisters. Please visit, follow, hang on every word these people say, because they're far, far smarter than I am and far more interesting. So do that.
Happy birthday, David.
Oh, thank you very much.
David.
Yes. And enjoy the rest of the day. Enjoy the sunshine without actually going outside.
We'll be baking another batch of bread in your honor.
Oh, yeah, please do. Oh, man, now I'm
Yeah, let me
starving.
know how that goes.
Okay.
Will do.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
I have no idea how to hang up. Baz, how do I stop this? This is always the awkward end of meeting thing where you can't figure out how to get out of it. All right, let me see if I can do this. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to down here. I'm on the wrong mouse. That's why that's not working. I see now. I'm gonna go back to talking. Everybody, thank you very, very much. That was absolutely amazing, and thank you to Q and to the Steam Sisters. Like that was just so much fun. Jane, how do you stop this crazy thing? It's so true. Okay, nice little stream. I'm glad. Yeah, is this something? Now, that is a question. So, I actually end a voice call, but can't do it intentionally. It's so true. There's too many things to click. I got like one computer up here, one there, and it's too many things going on. So is this something, should I do more of this? Is this like, I mean, I know it's not gaming, but at the same time, I was kind of hoping to sort of open it up to some more, of this kind of Steam stuff, because I'm always working on something here, and I feel like I wanted to include people in it if it's something that they're interested in. So, oh, good, okay, great. Well, I guess if you're still here, you must have enjoyed it to some extent. So that's good. Everything is content. Yeah, Wolves Den. I don't mean to be so. It really isn't. Weirdly, it's not even about creating content for me. It's about. I just like to explore this stuff, and one thing I've discovered with the Tech Bandits is just that the kids kind of respond to the fact that I don't know what I'm doing, and I think it's important for them to see that you can get into this at any age, at any stage, and it's just about sort of figuring this stuff out as you go, and I love that. As a birthday treat, this has just been amazing for me. So thank you. So that's great, and please do check them out. Fumbles, if you've still got those links for people, if you wouldn't mind putting them in the chat again, that would be amazing, because we should all be following and keeping track of that, because these are both Q and the Steam Sisters are just amazing, sort of science entrepreneurs in a way. And as I say, Q, I can't believe Q isn't way more famous at this point. Thank you, Fumbles, appreciate it. That's great. And thank you, Spinner Breaker, for pitching the merch and everything. That's great. Oh, Kendra, oh yeah, thank you. I mean, this is the thing. You just learn stuff as you go all the time with these kind of things. And you never know what you're going to find. So I've got to figure out something with a microscope. So I got to figure out a way of having and I think I'm going to do like DStat and everyone was suggesting. I'm going to use my other phone and pop that on top there. Log in as well so you can see that. This is going to be cool. It's going to be very cool. And the other thing I have to do with my PC Bandits is the teardown of the old computer, and we'll have to look for some new parts for that.
Build it back up.
And then build it back up with some new funky things that Baz was showing me today. None of which is available, of course, right now. But we've been doing some.
No, a lot of it's available.
Is it?
Yeah.
We were doing some
Everything
fun
that I
PC
did.
dreaming. We were doing some fun PC dreaming today. And I should say, and I'm going to do an update about this later on, but like a little written one. But I did my first Tech Bandits PC Gaming Club meeting, and it was really cool because thank you, Fumbles, that's great. And what was great about it was that these are kids who aren't necessarily interested in the traditional STEM STEAM stuff. These are kids who are like my son, understandably very taken with the whole gaming world and the streaming world. And so what I've tried to do is I've said, okay, great. So if that's what they're interested in, instead of trying to fight it, let's start a separate little Tech Bandits for them. So it was amazing. I had kids from California, from England, from here. Even my son joined in. And we
Skip
just
gym class.
It was great though. He got to skip gym class. That's not what a parent wants to hear. He got to skip gym class, and we just chatted about different parts and components and all that kind of stuff. In fact, if anyone's talking to Cal, or if Cal's on here, I would love to see if there are any PC gaming women to include in that, because it is an entirely male group, and I think it's really important for PC gamers and streamers and stuff to to understand that this is not just a male thing. There's a lot of female streamers and female gamers out there, and female, PC geeks, if that makes sense.
Well,
And I
think it
don't.
helps that most of the professional gaming teams either
What was
are
that?
full male. Like,
They're all male,
the
exactly.
Overwatch team is all male.
Is it?
Yeah.
So I think it's just because. Well, why do you think that is?
I have no clue.
I think it's because it's not an environment that's particularly fostered, female interaction on this stuff, And I think it would be really. What was that? That looks like Sarah Jane Smith's attic on the Sarah Jane Adventures, does it? I didn't realize that. They really had to throw that together. Breach is a woman. Well, that's good to know. So, yeah, there's they're up against this wall of chauvinist stupidity from a lot of from sort of a lot of sort of online trolls and stuff. And so I really don't want to foster an environment where the only kids I know who are interested in this stuff are the boys, because the reality is, I think the way it's breaking down right now that we've moved online, when everyone was here doing stuff either in the basement or in the at the school, depending on whether there were strikes or not, it was a complete mix. There were the boys and the girls, and they all tried different stuff on the with the PC stuff. There was it didn't break into any specific streams.
No, but then again, in actual PC Club, when I was there, we used to go there, it would be divided by, there was only 2 girls. No, there was no girls with us
No,
we
when?
were building the PC.
Oh, the first one, yes. They were, yes. When the first one we did was
made.
made.
How usually all the girls are the people that like tearing stuff apart.
Yes.
Because if you were stereotypical, you wouldn't expect that.
Huh. So that is a good point. So when it came to building the PC, the boys really took the lead on that stuff, whereas the women tended to go towards the teardown stuff. But I have a feeling that's because they don't get to do that a lot. You know what I mean? I don't think that's something that's particularly fostered. Because the actual split of the Tech Bandits is pretty close to 50-50. It was almost even for women and men, or girls and boys throughout. And then this year, now that we've moved online, or been forced to move online, which frankly I think is a good thing, to some extent, it's definitely changed the way people learn. So there's some of the girls are definitely interested in this whole, we're sort of working on they're calling it the no outbreaks here, they call it. It's a little device that they want to create, a wearable device that would distance the social distance. So it would measure distance, it would measure temperatures, it would allow you to whitelist people so it didn't beep at you at the wrong time and stuff. Just really fun, all stuff that the kids have come up with. So the ladies seem to be really pushing for that. The guys were definitely more on the PC side, so I thought, okay, well, I'll split it. But I definitely want to make sure that there's some crossover as well. I'm not so worried about getting them involved in the COVID distancing thing if they don't want to, but I do want to get some more female perspective on the gaming side of stuff. So if someone wants to get in touch about that, or has anyone or any gamers in particular, ideally if there are people who are already streaming and stuff, because streaming is one of the other things that I'm using as a sort of an inspirational aid. I want them to be able to stream, but I also want them to understand that in doing a proper streamer, not me, but a proper streamer needs to be concerned about business and marketing and scheduling and communication skills and finance skills and entrepreneurial skills. I think there's a lot of stuff that they can actually learn out of this stuff that perhaps they don't realize is a part of the process. It's not just about just throwing videos online. And I was very excited to see that one of the kids who has not always been the easiest with the online world. He's just not as comfortable on our online version of Tech Bandits as he was in the sort of the makerspace ones. He's now posting videos, and those videos are reflecting discussions that we've had in just one conversation already with the sort of the Tech Bandits club. We also need a name, so if anyone's got any cool ideas for names, that would be amazing. So yes, I should probably wrap it up. Does anyone need any questions answered or anything? David Blue is playing Minecraft. Very good. All right, we'll have to send you over there, shall we? Should we raid David Blue?
I can, yeah.
Do you want to raid David Blue? Oh, can you do that?
Yeah.
From there?
I can do it.
Oh, great. Well, let me wrap up first, then we'll do that. Did anyone else catch the Guild's D&D session? No, I didn't. Was it good? Was it amazing?
He's actually not streaming Minecraft right now.
Oh, is he not?
No, he said is David Blue.
Oh, is he? Is he not? Okay, both my daughters, 21 and 9. Boy, that's quite a spread of daughters. From 21 to 9, you're never going to get them out of the house. I occasionally play, but don't consider myself a gamer. I love to watch my husband play and have long before we dated and married, so I think of myself as a gamer wife and mum to 4 gamers. That's cute. That's very cute. Over the years, I've had guys tell me I'm not a serious gamer and just want attention and never given a chance to try out. Then I kick their butts with another team. That's great, Soda Crafter. So maybe you can come and talk to them. And again, I'm not saying that these kids aren't, respectful or are sort of aware that there are female gamers out there. I just like the idea that I would like this. The only people I've sort of reached out to are the people who were obvious and who were right here for me to talk to, and kids, obviously. So it would be great. It would be great to do that. Harklight, thank you so much. That's fantastic.
Harklight, thank you so much for using our donation thing.
David, 2 or 8 tomorrow. Twitter has 2 times. What? 2 or 8 tomorrow?
Harklight, thank you so much for the donation.
Sorry, Pac-Bum, 2 or 8 tomorrow? What does that mean? You mean for the Stargate stream is it's 2 o'clock Eastern time, right? Eastern Daylight Time, I think that's what we said. I understand why it would have 2 times. That's weird. For the watch is tomorrow, same place, same time. 2 p.m. tomorrow. We'll be doing a viewing of 38 minutes. Is that right? Did I get that right? He just went live. There you go. Perfect. There you go. We'll be able to rate him then. So we'll be watching that 38 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, it's not my favorite episode, but I remember. But I'm gonna watch it again now. We'll see. I don't remember loving that episode. I can't remember what it was about it, but I think it was the bug. I think the bug was like the bug on the side of his. Anyways, you'll find out. You'll find out about it. We'll see. Of course, it would all be digital now. So we're gonna raid. All right, peeps, we're gonna raid. 23 viewers. We're ready to raid. Here we go. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Bye.
You have to press stop streaming.
Okay, I will stop streaming.